returning to Yu-Gi-Oh! Can be intimidating. Luckily, there are a lot of great creators out there who provide helpful content. But this is my journey. While getting back into the game is mostly expensive, I'm doing it the smart way.
And buy the singles!
This series is dedicated to building a competitive deck, but only with singles and on a mightily small budget. €2.50 per week. Welcome to Yugioh-Heroes. Well, hello there my fellow gentle nerds. This is Echo for episode 13 of Yugioh-Heroes, and I hope I'm correct with episode 13, since, yeah, that could be the 14th, but I think it's the 13th episode. And this week is going to be, I would say, not different and not exciting card-wise. We are going to add some cards. I think those are very important and good, but not as impactful as last week with the Vision Hero starting package. But we are having a new setup. I did some heavy construction work, paid like 15,000 euro. No, I didn't. I just built a small table for my desk where I can put my monitors on, and now I have enough space to do it from my workplace and not from a different table where I do normally the opening stuff. And I can use a different camera now because I have a lot of space, and I think that is going to look very good. I hope it will. And if you don't mind, let's get right into the new cards so you can see the new setup. Okay, this is exciting for me this week, and you probably didn't notice it at first. Maybe you still don't notice it, but this is a completely new setup for me. This is still not done. Like, the lighting is a little bit iffy, like around here, and my fingers are a bit like, it's not too clean right now, but that is everything that I know, and that has to be, well, that is going to be attacked and going to be solved in the future. We are going through the card by card, and you're going to see why this setup is, in my eyes, an improvement. And we are starting with one card that returns to the main deck for now, and that is Polymerization. Come on, focus. Thanks a lot. Look at how clean this looks. I can't overdo it, like it has to be a little bit angled, else you're going to have this because of ring light. But we are going to add one Polymerization into the main deck again. The thing is, I'm now playing a 41 card deck, so Polymerization is fine in there. Then I'm going to, so no money spent there. Then I'm doing some stuff, and for that I can show you Elemental Hero Ecorion. Look at him. Shiny boy. Yeah. He is going into the extra deck instead of Masked Hero Divine Wind. It's going to be a 1x1 change. Like, Divine Wind, I feel like it never came up. Yeah, I could have used it, but I mean, it came up once or twice, but not like it was that important of a card. And oh, I spoiled a bit. The 1x1 trade is going to be the Great Tornado. Great Tornado is usually my Miracle Fusion target, and I'm going to swap that out with Ecorion, since we are going to have a lot more darks in our grave than we have wind, and we have only one wind, that is Stratos. So Ecorion is coming in, Great Tornado is going out, and you probably figured out by now what the third card is. It's Masked Hero Anki. He's there, and the reason for him is if I have a spare mask change. Also, he searches mask change by destroying some monster in battle. He comes up a way lot more than the Divine Wind, I think. He is like a second target for Darks, and we have a lot of Darks. And if I have a Dark Law on board, yeah, I could do a second one as a security measure, but I don't feel like that would be the correct play. So Anki, and that's 3 cards, and we are going to have a 4th one. And I think that is the biggest card that we are adding this week. Dark Ruler, no more. I really like this card. For those cards, this is a bit of a funny story, I guess. I'm going to tell you that. I bought 3 Structure Decks Spirit Charmers just to get those cards. Why? I mean, I bought the Structure Decks for me, and the Dark Rulers are still going for their singles price. Like, it's $240 that you're paying for a Dark Ruler. And for the Anki it was 10 cent, and for the Ecorion it was 10 cent. So we are at $260, a bit over budget, but that's okay. We still have a lot of winnings from those weeks prior. So I think 1 Dark Ruler no more right now is very, very good. I have access to 2 more. Maybe we will play them in the future. I mean, they are very expensive, but Dark Ruler no more is a good one. And to play Dark Ruler no more in the main deck and don't have a 42 card deck, I'm putting 1 Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion into this side deck. I think Ghost Bell is good if I know what I'm up against, so I can side it in. I think that is the correct play or way. I don't know. We will see in the future. And to make room for that, the side deck has left 1 Mask Charge. I didn't set it in. I'm not too much in use of or in need of any more mask changes or charges. I have so many options to go into fusion monsters with Miracle Fusion, with the polarizations, with the mask changes, where I'm still playing 3. So we have like, 7 ways to get it. We have a lot of cards to search it. So I think we are more than good on it, and Mask Charge can leave the main or side deck. And so that is it for this week. Dark Ruler no more, Ecorion, Anki, and Polymerization back in the main deck. I hope you enjoyed this opening. Let me know if you like this new setup, this more top-down view on my playmat, or the angled one that I used before. Just let me know in the future in the comments down below if I should use it in the future. I mean, I probably will, but I really like it a lot. I really like how it looks, and see you in the duels. So welcome to this week's duel against the ThePokeMonarch. We actually have to go first, and I only end on a Dark Law, getting a search for Ferris. Yeah, that doesn't look too good, but he just can go into the Sage, searching a card and forgetting that Dark Law does discard then. And then he goes into Super Poly, getting the Starving Venom and his White Dragon Wyver Burster, getting it out, attacking into me with some serious damage, I think. I then do the whole Vision Hero shenanigan stuff, setting up a board, and I can tell you that I really like this new background. Tell me what you think in the comments down below if you like this toss up. I actually then go into Plasma, dealing his Starving Venom, getting back my Malicious, and fusing it away into Sunrise. From Sunrise I get the Miracle Fusion and sending 2 cards to get Ecorion. He then attempts to activate Wyver Burster, but I use the Crow, which is completely unnecessary since I have more than enough damage for game. Game 2, I actually have to go first again, but this time ending on a board with Solid Soldier, Shadow Mist, and 2 mask changes set. He top decks another Super Poly, which I didn't know at the time, and mask change back into Dark Law, getting a search for Ferris again since I had the Malicious in hand again. And he does the same thing again, but just ending with the LP on board and the black Collapse Serpent thingy. I then misplay a bit and mask change into Diane, and he attacks over me, which I actually shouldn't have Honest Neos'd, but since he completely wipes my board anyway, but I think it was still somehow the correct play. Luckily, I still have Ferris and Malicious in hand to go off into my Vision Hero combo, getting the increase into the Spell and Trap, getting it out, searching for Vion, getting, dumping in Grave and getting Polymerization. Then linking them away into Cross Crusader, using E-Call to get Liquid Soldier, getting from Liquid Soldier's effect, getting the Shadow Mist. With Shadow Mist's effect, getting Mask Change, fusing away into Sunrise. The Sunrise gets me a Miracle Fusion, which gets me Absolute Zero. I get out Wonder Driver and Mask Change it back into Acid, so I could set the Mask Change and wipe the entire field of his. From there, I was free to go off, and that is more than enough damage to take that game. Match 2, we are against eopapleroni, and he is playing his Prankets. He wanted to battle me for the third time in this series now, and so far I have won all of the matches. He does a lot of Pranket stuff that I'm not bothering to comment on, since there is happening so much stuff where I still don't know which effect does which, and yeah, I ash his Dropsies trying to do something. I still don't know what I did there, but I think the ash there was pretty good. I then get out my Solid Soldier and the Stratos, trying to get to Liquid Soldier and fusing away into Trinity, which was huge, and getting my Stratos back on board. Unfortunately, at this point, the Trinity wasn't live anymore, since it can't attack directly. So I fused it away into Sunrise and attacked for damage, since I unfortunately set the Stratos in defense. He then goes into Dark Ruler no more, which I didn't understand, since there were no effects that could have stopped him, and he tries to Link Summon, which I strike. From there, I turn the Stratos into attack position, and that is enough damage for game 1. Game 2. He sets 2 and passes, and I'm thinking, hey, I'm free to go. But he tries to go into there can only be 1, which would have been tricky. Luckily, I sided in the Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of it. I then have the Fusion Destiny combo to go into Cross Crusader, bringing back my Dangerous, and searching for Liquid Soldier, and then he drools me. So I stop the whole combo and just attack for 1600 damage. He then still has the Big Rock and Drool and Lockbird, and I think I knew that he had the Big Rock in hand. I still was a bit scared of the Drool and Lock, but I completely forgot that he discarded it, so yeah, shouldn't have mattered. He again does a whole lot of stuff, getting his Rocket Ride and Doodle-Doo thingy back, and I'm not even bothering with the names, so there's so many weird stuff going on with Prankets. And all that he did in the end with all of the shuffling was getting rid of my Cross Crusader and not having anything else of worth there. Yeah, my Liquid Soldier then gets negated. Or no, it didn't. It did not get negated. But I get my Shadow Mist, and he does a lot of stuff, gets a lot of things out. But I had the Raigeki, and in that moment I heard through the voice call how his soul left his body, since he wasn't prepared for that. I then went into Dark Law and Absolute Zero and attacked for damage. He activates his Pranket's Place, and my Dark Law discards his Poly, which I think shut down his play in that moment. I'm not sure about that. And from there, I was pretty sure I had game. I didn't know if any hand traps to stop me, but with Vion getting a search for Poly and getting a search with the dump of Shadow Mist for Honest Neos, I was pretty sure I had game. And that's what happened. for the last duel of this week. We are having a remote duel against Andrew, who is one of my viewers, and he's on my Discord channel. You can check the link in the description and join as well. So he plays the Shadow Dragoon deck that he cooked up, and he starts with a board with Dragoon, Verte Anaconda and Construct, and has 2 back row, and that looks already pretty bad for me. So I attempt to go into Absolute Zero and Mask Change it to Acid and try to wipe his field. He then negates my Acid, but the Absolute Zero go through, not affecting Dragoon actually. I then have a last hope to get into Sunrise, but that Sunrise can't do anything since there is nothing else on board. I didn't have anything to beat over the Dragoon. Try to go into Vion and attack over the Construct that he has on board with my not my Absolute Zero, but with my Honest Neos, and that is in the end not enough. He takes game 1 pretty easily. Game 2 he just sets 2 and passes, and I can do the Fusion Destiny combo, but try to end on an Anki this time. And then my Cross Crusader gets super podied. And that looks bad for me, since he has the Starving Venom on board. But I could attack over the Starving Venom with my Liquid Soldier, having the Honest Neos in hand, and passing the turn after that. He goes into Mathematician, and that gets ashed by me. From then on, he beats over my Liquid Soldier with his Mathematician, which is actually 100 attack bigger. And on my turn, I go into Solid Soldier and Shadow Mist into Anki, then Fusion Destiny into Zestiopia, popping his back row with the Dynatek in Grave, and then having enough damage to win game 2. Game 3, he does a whole lot of dumping and ends on just a Winder on board. And I end my turn with a Solid Soldier into Shadow Mist, setting a Mask Change, hoping to go into Dark Law, but in his standby phase I actually activate the Mask Change, targeting Shadow Mist, and that gets Dynamisket. Miskist? I don't know how to say it, but the trap activated, and yeah, his Winder beats over my Solid Soldier and he just passes, so I figured he bricked pretty hard. Then go into Celestial, normal summon it, and try to Mask Change it into Anki, swing over the Winder, and I get another Mask Change. Going into Dark Law at the end of my turn, which was a slight misplay. I could have gone into it in battle phase. I didn't do that. On his turn, he tries to set up a board, but with my Dark Law established, it doesn't look too good for him, since everything he does gets banished, and that is unfortunate for him and for me, because I wasted an Ash against the Mathematician, whose effect wouldn't have done anything since it wouldn't have sent to grave, but to get banished instead. So he tries to go into Verte Anaconda, for which I luckily have a Solemn, and that was good, that Solemn Strike. So from there I end on a board with Dark Law, Sunrise, Escridao and Vion, which is more than enough to take game 3. Incredible, absolutely incredible. We have actually did it. We won all 3 matches of the week. We won 2 matches 2-0 against eopapleroni, the Pepperoni Boy, and against the ThePokeMonarch. So we add €7.50 to next week's budget. I think I know what we are going to get. I don't want to spoil too much, but you're going to see in the next episode. Other than that, I hope you actually enjoyed this episode. There is going to be another exciting video coming up this week. I'm not going to spoil too much, but there was some hints earlier, not in this episode, but a few episodes earlier. I don't know if it was episode 11 or 10, but there was an episode where I spoiled something, and you're going to see it this week. Hope you stay tuned for that. Other than that, join my Discord if you want to chat a bit, hang out with some cool people, and yeah, if you want to maybe be my next opponent. Then I would say that's it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope to see you in the next one. Hope you subscribe to the channel and gave this video a like. It really helps out a lot. If you made it this far, type in the comments "Eskerididgeridoo." That would be funny. I think it is definitely not, but it can be. So other than that, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope to see you in the next episode next week. See you then. Bye bye.